This is Tennille with Blue Phoenix Rising Media LLC, and real quick I want to let you guys know that I am still offering a course on how to renew your mind and gain tools to identify and effectively deal with people under the cluster B personality disorder. This course will be offered until the end of, until October 29th. So go to the links on my YouTube channel and download. You can also contact me on Twitter or Instagram. So, coercive control, a strategic form of ongoing oppression and terrorism used to instill fear. The abuser will use these tactics, such as limiting access to money or monitoring all communication, as an effort to control. Now, this is also defined as being a way for abusers to enforce gender roles like male and female. But for the trans and lesbian and gay community, this could, be, well, I'm the one that's bringing in all the money, or I'm, the male in this relationship, or the female in this relationship, vice versa. So, I mean, let's not overlook our own community, as so many have. And I've found that it runs very rampant, but a lot of even LGBTQ counselors don't go into this. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. So not only do they monitor you and, withhold access to money, they will keep you from people. Cluster Bs will use coercive control to literally sabotage you from getting a job and keeping it. They may not want you to have a job because they don't want you to be better than them. If you have a job, that means that you're independent of them. You're not relying on them, which is something that they need. That's the whole point, is to get you to think that you need them. So, and if they do allow you to have a job, the money that you make is going to be used the way that they want it to be used. Because again, they don't want you getting any ideas of fleeing from them, right? But you hear with a lot of people who are dealing with or in abusive relationships, is the first thing is you take away the money. Another thing is slandering you to the neighborhood, slandering you to your friends, their friends, whom they had previously love bombed you about, with, telling them how great you were. Now all of a sudden you've done an abrupt 180, but sometimes people will believe their story. So that's another tactic. And also something else is telling you that you're nothing without them. Even trying to make you pay for thinking that you can do this on your own, that you don't want to be in this relationship anymore. And so let's say that you do get to leave. Well, they're going to send people after you to monitor you, to sabotage you, to slander you. I don't know if anybody saw, I think it was on CBS or something. They used to have this show where they say, I think it was called "What Would You Do?" And they showed an example of gaslighting, where somebody, and stalking and slander, where somebody could just say, hey, have you seen this guy, and he's wanted for this and this and this. And you would see people in this show, had it on video, you would see people in the show not knowing if it was true or not, but just wanting to be a part of something. So people that, could totally come up against you, that you don't even know, that don't even know you, just somebody told them something, and now it feels like the whole world's after you. Controlling your body, controlling what you wear, so that you don't look handsome or sexy to anybody else. So they'd rather you look like you're homeless, you know, and then criticize you for it, belittle you for it. But they don't want you to dress up because they don't want anybody else looking at you because you're their property. And that's the whole thing with people with cluster Bs. They remember data from Star Trek. That's how cluster Bs are. As I've done in other videos, they do recon on you. That's data from Star Trek, where he is just collecting data. He has no emotional attachment. He was mimicking tears, mimicking, right? Any type of human expression. He wanted so much at times to be able to feel what his coworkers were feeling, but he could not. That is somebody who was a cluster B. So, you know, and followed with this, they'll make accusations that you're sleeping with people, or, you know, even going into your phone and changing your passwords or cloning your phone in order to monitor where you're going, because they can have access to your location. They have access to your texts, see who you're talking to. Also, you know, there is a bit of, I don't know how to say it, sexual assault that goes along with this. It's like, you're gonna have sex with me whether you want to or not. It doesn't matter if you're married or dating the person, it's still rape. Nobody is the property of anybody else. I cannot tell you the stories that I have heard from women, in this case, straight women, who had said that they just woke up and they were having sex. Okay? That's not normal. Another thing which I have experienced personally is threatening children or pets, right? So, if the rest doesn't work, they're going to make violent threats against your kids. The kids are objects. They've now turned into pawns. For me, I have no children, I have fur babies. So the person that I was dealing with, who I'd never dated, but the person who I was dealing with was already they were determined to have a relationship with me. So they were going through this process with me of, you know, a downward spiral into hell. And they had cut my pitty's eye. In the same room that I was, I just turned my back and she had taken a pair of scissors and cut my pit bull's eye. And then lied about it. Even though I saw I saw what happened. So the way to get out of this, it's you know, when people say you got to be quiet when you leave, you really honestly do. You really honestly do. Gray rocking is another term of protection for empaths and anybody in this type of situation. Gray rocking simply means that you shut down. As a Virgo, I'm very good at that. Like, especially if I'm in a toxic situation, I'm not giving anything. I am not engaging. So, and you make a plan of escape. Find a way to reach out to domestic violence organization. Find a way to quietly have somebody get you out. Like, okay, I'm gonna go here. We're gonna do a day trip or something, right? And then have them pick you up and take you where you need to go. So basically trying to still have a support system, even though you're this borderline or narcissist or sociopath or any, whatever diagnosis they have under cluster B is going to try as hard as they can to make sure that you are isolated from everybody. Do have a safety plan. if you can, put money away. Whether it's $5 or $20, put money away. Make a go bag. Maybe possibly not leave it in the home. You know? But have something where you can, you will have something, if it's just a little bit, to get you, if you have, and your kids, if you have them, some water and some food until you can get to resources that will make sure that you're in a safe place. So it's dangerous and dealing with these people because they have no cutoff point. They have no cutoff point and they have no empathy towards anybody. They will pretend in front of people because they've mimicked enough human emotion and they know what's popular. They've collected the data. They're hip. So they may be able just, for a little bit, but sometimes that mask slips. But really, it's do or die, I would say. The experience that I had, it was literally do or die. And I still have this person stalking me to this day. But because I have the tools and because I did the inward work once I left, I'm still moving forward and I'm still making progress, and they're not having an effect on me, which, yes, infuriates them, but I give a field of whats about how they feel about me living my life. They don't like to lose a source, but in reality, they can't do anything about it. I also went, because of my job, I went and I got an exposed firearm permit, not only to up my pay, but also to protect myself because this person is still stalking me. So that is something that is a possibility and a resource, and knowing the law in regards to that. You deserve to be in a healthy relationship with somebody who truly loves you. But first, when you get out, love on yourself. Allow yourself to go through the process of the hurt and the pain and the shame and the guilt and whatever. But also, love on yourself and clean out your closets. You didn't attract them. They were already attracted to you, but you didn't say no. That's the thing with these cluster Bs. Once you've done the work and you're healing, which is a lifetime process, people, but you will find yourself, you will feel yourself leveling up stage by stage by stage. And in doing that, it forms a resistance to them because they actually become afraid of you, not you afraid of them. So that's all for now. I've got a couple more videos coming up. Please protect yourselves and God bless.